Hello everybody and welcome to this Wedia technology presentation. I'm Olivier Grenet, I'm the CTO of Wedia, and I will be presenting you the roadmap for 2023 with a lot of exciting news and new trends. And let me start right away with something that is quite technological, but really you're going to see the benefit of it. Maybe you're aware that in the technology landscape, we are moving to a new kind of architecture that are the microservices headless architecture. It's all overseen by the MAC Alliance, which is a consortium of different companies that are moving to that direction. And let me explain how it will benefit you from Wedia moving to that direction. We've seen a lot of new assets coming every day, every month into our digital management system. What's important is that we are producing more and more content to help you to sell your products. We've got DAMs that have been moving through millions of assets, and we've got already a client that is now running 10 million assets and is going to trend to 12 million assets next year. So why are we creating all this content? A lot of our clients are moving to full digitalization of our commerce, opening a new e-commerce website, social media selling, and moving to the top of the ranking of the e-commerce listing. What we are offering is that we have a technology that is already based a lot on microservices. And we are moving to a complete microservices and headless architecture now, and how it's going to benefit you. When we are rendering assets in multiple resolution to suit the very required size that is being displayed on e-commerce websites. This requires a lot of power of computing, and with the current architecture that is not serverless, we've got servers that are computing. And what we're seeing is a scaling effect where each time we have to add a new server to absorb the new digitalization load. With the serverless architecture, this growth is going to be seamless for our client because we are going to remove all the server altogether to move to something that is based on computation on demand. So each time you will request a new rendition or your website is going to request a new video, it will be calculated right away on server farms that will deliver the exact right computation amount. This is going to give you more control, and we are opening new user interface to monitor and to control what's happening on this serverless architecture. And you will also get full control of the digital experience you're going to offer to your clients by simply having a lot of settings right under your hand to customize your digital experience. Now we're moving to the second theme of our roadmap. We have, with all these assets that are coming to the DAM, we devised that we needed to create a new ingesting experience for users that's going to create content for you to put into your DAM and to open the DAM to external users that not often have accounts in your DAM. Let me show you a few wireframes of user experience to showcase what we are preparing for this new ingestion experience. As you all know, on the DAM, you can upload assets. And to create now a new batch of assets, you will go through an invitation. You're going to invite people to contribute to your DAM. And that's really opening the DAM to third-party photographers, digital marketers that are going to create content for you. This invitation based on user roles will help you to create a welcoming environment where you can request very precise shootings, product hero image, and other content. People will have access to this dedicated content space where they can drag and drop content, and they will be able to tag this content beforehand to help you categorize it. Then comes the review part. It's completely integrated in the content workflow, and you can be notified when new content has been uploaded, and then you'll have the opportunity to review it and discuss it among you to see if it really fits your graphical design and your expectations. commenting is quite easy, and comparing older versions versus a new version is completely integrated into this upload process. Once you're happy with your content, it's ready to be published. And you've got all control over publication to decide which content is going to be published and when. And just a simple click. We are now moving to the third theme of the Wedia roadmap, user-generated content. Why will we need user-generated content? I think we can all agree that image sells emotions, but brands struggle to sound authentic. And according to various studies, emotions affect 90% of our purchases. Nike, they do shoes for running, but they never talk about the quality of the shoes or the design. They even rarely mention the advantage of the shoes when it comes to sportsmen. The focus of the commercial is emotions. When you are watching them, you get a rush of emotions. And nowadays, brands must fight to be seen online, and competition is fierce for audience attentions. But the average consumer is exposed to up to 10,000 advertisements a day. As a result, we have learned how to tune out ads that don't seem authentic and the brands that go with them. And you know, a vast majority of consumers, 86%, say authenticity is important when deciding what the brands they like and support. And this number is even higher among millennials, with 90% saying authenticity is important. But you know, 83% of consumers, they believe that retailers, they are not providing enough authentic shopping experiences. And consumers, they can't really be fooled either. Because, for example, people can distinguish between consumer-created content and brand-created content 70% of the time. Earlier, in 2015, we commissioned a research that revealed that people's perception of the marketing industry as a whole was really not good. This is how respondents answered when they asked who practiced integrity. Below layers, financial institutions and even the US Congress, the marketing and advertising industry managed to earn only 4% of survey respondents' trust. But, you know, there is hope because 60% of people said UGC, user-generated content, is the most authentic form of content. And in fact, data showed that people are 3 times more likely to say that content created by a consumer is authentic compared to content created by a brand. And for all the buzz around influencer marketing, it turns out celebrities and influencers are seen as the least influential in impacting consumers' purchasing decisions. On average, 60% of people and 70% of millennials said social media content from friends and family impacts their purchase decisions, while only 23% said celebrity influencer content was impactful. What is actually user-generated content? In marketing, user-generated content, also known as UGC, refers to content related to a brand that's created by someone that is not an official representative of your business. It could be a social media update, a review, a video, a podcast, or a number of any other types. If it involves your brand and none of your employee or affiliates created it, it's user-generated content. To connect the brand with users that create content, a complete SaaS offering is blooming with solutions that help brands to find user-generated content and connect with the content creators, and this is now a key component of a marketer toolbox. Just to highlight one of many SaaS solutions that are emerging, here is Trend.io, an UGC content marketplace. They connect brands to content creators who actually create each piece of content for the brand to share. Trend has compiled its own creator network that influencers can apply to join, and brands pay per creator that they work with. It's a dense network with more than 3,000 creators that ensure brands get awesome user-generated content. But to be able to reuse user-generated content, a brand must acquire the digital rights from the digital creator. This is quite different from the current content production workflows involving agencies and large contracts. Most interaction between the brand happen on social media itself, where the brand can send direct messages asking permissions to repurpose this content. For some legal team, a positive answer for the creator is sufficient to secure the rights. For others, like us, we believe that a valid contract has to be signed online to be valid. And what's different with traditional media production from agency is this multiplicity of content creator and small digital rights contracts to deal with. There's certainly automation that needs to be implemented, and technology can help, as we will see later. Until recently, most of the user-generated content was free for brands to use. You will just request to get it, and the content creator will just send it to you. But the rise of influencers that are being paid for sponsored posts made the content creator realize that the image and video has some value, and that brands were certainly open to give them a certain amount of compensation from their creative work. So, unlike organic, unpaid, user-generated content, we are witnessing the rise of what we call UGC creators, who are paid to make specific videos or photos about products to distribute across the brand's marketing channels. And brands, they pay this creator around $250 for a 60-second video. And they get all the right to redistribute the video moving forward and can even pay for the raw footage to repurpose. UGC creators, they don't usually post the content on their social feeds. They give the video to the brand to repost on their marketing channel. So this new kind of digital creator creates an immense workload on digital asset manager and the brand, managing hundreds, thousands of very small contracts. But once again, technology can help us, as we can see later. Third issue we can see with dealing with a lot of user-generated content is a performance-based payment issue with user-generated content. Let me explain a little bit about that. Sometimes content creators, they have a small audience, and we call them nano-influencers. On Instagram, for example, nano-influencers, they have between 1K and 10K followers. On TikTok, it is on the 200K limit that separates nano-influencers from micro-influencers. And nano-influencers, they have a small audience, which is communication. That they most likely have a strong connection with their subscribers. Due to their authenticity, subscribers feel closer to nano-influencers since they either relate to the content or simply they just like the post. With this close connection, nano-influencers often have a good engagement rate, and nano-influencers, they didn't get paid a significant sum. So on average, nano-influencers payment fluctuate from $10 to $100 per post on Instagram, and that will depend on the engagement rate. The unspoken industry standard is $100 per 10,000 followers, plus extra for the type of post, stories, image, video, and additional factors that creates the total rate. And as you can see, it's a quite complicated calculation to do at scale with thousands and thousands of content creators. So we have three issues that we need to address. First, we have digital rights acquisition issue at scale with many small contracts. We have the compensation issue with a lot of small, almost micro payments to content creators to deal with. And third, there is a performance-based payment issue. You have to create a lot of calculation if you want to take into account the performance of the media on the social network. For that, we have technology that can help, and it's called the blockchain. And the blockchain is completely adapted to managing digital rights at scale and being able to issue small payments on very complicated contracts. Let me explain how it works. So we devised that UGC assets can be treated as NFTs. You all know NFTs as it's a way to attach digital rights to digital creations. And NFTs have been around a while, and I think it's great to use them for NFT assets. NFTs, they rely on the blockchain, and the blockchain has a very terrific way of automating things we call smart contract. With smart contract, it's easy to automate the payments, and that will solve the issue of having so many payments to issue to so many digital creators. And it's all code that lives into the blockchain, and it's very cool to automate the payments. And using the blockchain, we can pay content creators using cryptocurrencies. And that helps a lot to pay people that can't receive US dollars or euro, and that will be happy to receive cryptocurrencies. What's interesting is how did we implement the user-generated content as NFT into the blockchain at Wedia. First, we selected a blockchain. There are many blockchains out there. You all know the Ethereum or the Bitcoin blockchain. We chose another one that is more professional oriented, that is called Solana. And Solana is a blockchain that emits a cryptocurrency that is called Sol, and that's how we're going to pay content creators. I'm going to show you a quick demo on how it works. Meet Alice. She's working into a brand and she needs to acquire digital content created by UGC content creator. She's going to log in into the Wedia interface and she's going to browse. It's her current active campaign, and she's got a campaign about climbing into the Alps. In this campaign, she's going to invite content creators she knows or she has found on the marketplace of content creators. She's going to offer a contract to this content creator for them to create compelling content for a campaign about climbing to the Alps. She's going to send them a compensation offer and it's going to turn into an automated contract, a digital contract. Mike is a high mountain guide. He's very good at photo and creates great content. Mike is going to get a notification from Alice because he's going to go in a few days into the Alps to create great content. He can review the contract and see the terms of the contract that Alice is offering him and the compensation and see if he's ready to commit to this contract. He's going to review the terms and conditions of the images that Alice intends to acquire from him, and then when he's ready to commit, he's going to go and shoot the image into the mountain. Back, he's going to select the best images from his photo roll so he can offer them to Alice to illustrate her campaign about mountaineering into the Alps. And when he's ready to push his selection to Alice, he's going to sign this contract using the blockchain, thus enabling the digital rights to come into effect and to create the contract between him and Alice into the blockchain. For the fourth theme of the roadmap, I'm going to open to something that is happening right now into our digital landscape, and I think it's going to be game changer for our industry. From the 60s to the early 2000s, we were in the era of mass media. Digital assets were created to be consumed by everybody. I think we are just living the era of the mass media where images were produced for everybody to see on the TV ads, TV shows, newspapers. And we are now moving, as I explained earlier, to something that is more aimed to communities, that is the user-generated content that is very suited for small communities and special interests. I think that we are now moving to a future where the artificial intelligence is going to create asset images just for you, not only your community, but you yourself, depending on your personal taste and desires. AI, I think you've heard of that. It's a way of creating sentences that describe the image you would like to have. And you know the human language is very powerful at describing things and generating images based on what you expressed to the artificial intelligence. We can already see that this technology is being integrated into creative tools such as Photoshop, where you can request special additions to be created on an existing image based just on the sentence you're going to type into a text box to enhance the image. We can even have some creations that is based on actual products to create new image based on that product and on particular environment, to create images that don't exist and that are created using your base product that are put into an environment. Artificial intelligence image generation can be applied in multiple domains. For example, in architecture, it helps architects explore new ways of creating buildings, such as the one you can see behind me. In the fashion industry, the artificial intelligence helps designers explore new forms, new garments, with endless possibilities. Until recently, this was all very experimental. This year, an artificial intelligence won the first place of an art competition. So we are starting to take this technology very seriously. In the marketing, we are seeing startups that are creating new products that helps to create marketing images that don't exist by just prompting the content to be drawn by an artificial intelligence to create banners that are exactly on the very targets they want to address. So what are we doing at Wedia? At Wedia, we really think it's going to be game-changing. So this is a quick demo of how we can imagine to integrate this artificial intelligence content creation right into our product. Let's say you're looking for content and your search results are not giving you satisfaction. You can ask the AI to complement the search results of existing assets by creating assets that really don't exist. You can go further and expand the text prompt to really describe really finely what you are expecting from the AI to create by describing different backgrounds and different situations and seeing real time the results the AI come up with. If you want to explore specific graphic style, you can precise which graphic style you want to apply to this image and which kind of lighting or design you would like to get from the artificial intelligence, which really helps you to fine-tune really exactly the image you're going to create. And the future of the DAM is going to be really exciting. The DAM is going to move into a data set from artificial intelligence to learn from your products and your graphical style you like to create new images that don't exist. And we are going to see the DAM evolves from a search engine that is going to give you some results based on your existing assets by a creation engine that is going to give you assets that have never been seen before. Thanks a lot for watching me, and I hope to see you next year for more exciting news.